afternoon, everyone. It's Sal Post. How you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. I'm looking a little bit rough. Let me do my top button up right here. I've got to do both my buttons. I look like a right scruff, don't I? Got to get all smart for the stream. Got to get smart for you guys. Do you know what I mean? Can't be walking around with the button undone. Big up, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone has had a fantastic Thursday. Hope everyone's doing good and recovered from the elements of this morning with the argy-bargy about the match yesterday, of course. I'm starting to get positive again, guys. I'm starting to get that momentum again. You know what? You can't take my shine. You can't take my shine. You cannot take my shine. Hope everyone's doing well. Guys, please, before I start, don't forget to smash a like on the video if you could possibly do that and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, let me just write this tweet for you guys. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I haven't even tweeted it out, I don't think. I need to check it if I've tweeted it out. Goodness me. All over the places. All over the place, guys. Absolutely. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today. You legends. Of course, you absolute legends. What have you been up to? What's been going on, guys? Let me just see this. If I've tweeted it out, let me have a look. Right, hold on. Right. I was watching this Vince McMahon documentary. Have you seen it? I was watching a Vince McMahon documentary. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very insightful, guys. Very, very insightful, in my opinion. Very, very much so. And yeah, so, guys, look, I'm going to be talking today. Today's been crazy, as usual, in the Man United world. I'm going to get some quotes about Erik ten Hag's press conference after the game, saying that we didn't want it as much as FC20. What does that mean at the end of the day? You didn't want it as much as FC20 at the end of the day. What does that mean? What does it all mean at the end of the day? And then we've had Ruud Gullit, of all people, sexy football. Ruud Gullit has been talking about Manchester United, for crying out loud. Who isn't speaking about Man United these days? They need to just hush them out. That's what they need to do, and just leave them, stick their nose out of the business of Manchester United. Of course, just because you'll never play for Man United, of course, absolutely. He's a bit bitter still, isn't he, guys? Absolutely, absolutely, guys. So, guys, look, you know, I was asked earlier on today to read out some of Bruno's stats. But firstly, I'm going to read out some of these comments, guys, for you. Let me go all the way to the top, guys. All the way to the top. Thank you so much, everyone, you legends. Big up, Elite Ball. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Smash a like. Subscribe. Everyone, please, if you could do that. Big up, Elite Baller. Thank you, mate. Sanjay, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Glazers out, as usual. All day, every day, Sanjay. Absolutely. All day, every day. Are we hurt? Nah, not too hurt. Not too hurt. We can recover. Just a plaster. Just a plaster. That's all we need. Big up, Sal, on the Chatterboxes. Big up, Stephanie. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, legend. Sanjay, hi, Sal. How many fans thinking the same about Erik ten Hag after last night? Darko, hi, mate. Big up. Yeah, it's been crazy. You know what? I was thinking all sorts of thoughts last night, and I had to get off, like, to be honest with you, if I'm being totally honest. Big up, everyone. Big up, Elite Baller. Peace, Gray. How are you? Peace to Grayo, the legend, of course, the godfather of the chat, of course. Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing? The big up Danny B, of course. Big up Darkro. All you guys, all you lovely people. Of course, I've got to get through them all. Go Stephanie, besties of always. Absolutely. Glory to Man United forever. Still pissed from last night. Was awful. Absolutely, me too. It takes time to recover, doesn't it? Stephanie, hi, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Big up, Stephanie. What did you think of last night? Madness, isn't it? Madness. She was watching it in the pub, probably. So you must have had a hot coffee like you said yesterday. So you must have had a lot of coffee like you said yesterday. I had no coffee today. What did I have today? Tea and biscuits. That's all I've had today, guys. Nothing else in my cupboard. I've got to do shopping. It's all over, Sal. It's not all over, my friend. It's just beginning. The road is over. It's not over, my friend. I've got a natural buzz. I'm back here, guys. You got this old Sal back. Just having a coffee now. Big up Kazi and the coffee drinkers, of course. The Coffee Massive. Big up Gray. Salute you, sir. Salute Elite Baller. Big up everyone, of course. Elite Baller, legend, of course, guys. Absolutely. Kazi, salam. You hope you're doing well. Darko, walaikum salam, brother. There we go. Listen, cultural show, guys. Sir Elite, thanks, guys. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely legend. Kenny, if Ten Hag doesn't deliver results till Christmas, he's gone. I think it's before that, Kenny, and I'm going to speak about that in a moment. There's a few very important games coming up as well before that. Thanks for asking. Had a great night. Talk to Liverpool, United, Liverpool, West Ham and Spurs. Great banter. You get around, Stephanie. You get around, Stephanie. You're like Tupac. Round around, round you go. Big up, Stephanie. Absolutely. Smash the like, subscribe button. Thank you so much, Kazi. You legend. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm praying very hard Man United beat Spurs on Sunday. If we lose or draw, Erik ten Hag could resign. But I know that some fans will not say not yet. I think after the Aston Villa game, if it doesn't work out, I think we got Spurs, Porto, and Aston Villa. I think those 3 games are pivotal. It could be by Halloween. We could get a Halloween surprise. You never know. All you guys, you might be careful what you wish for. You know what I mean? You might get what you want. It might be in Halloween. It might be sacked, guys. Absolutely. Man City will get away 115, it seems. They're not going to get away with it. Surely not, Ridwan. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, Ridwan. Surely not. Where's the news about Manchester City and their charges, guys? What's going on with their charges? We haven't forgotten. Absolutely. We haven't forgotten. Major breaking. Manchester City appear to have scored a victory over the Premier League on apps. Mike Keegan. My goodness me. If this is the truth, right? If this is the truth, then let me have a look if it is the truth, guys. I'm going to have a look at it now. Manchester City. There we go. All right, let's have a look. Carabao Cup. Nothing at the moment, guys. Nothing. There's nothing here that I'm seeing at the moment, but it might come up later, guys. It might come up later. But definitely, if that did happen, you know what's going to happen, isn't it? Most of the Premier League are going to protest. What the Premier League need to do, what the other Premier League clubs need to do, they need to refuse to play against Manchester City. That's what they need to do, guys. Absolutely. Eric Davizzi won. Absolutely. Eric Davizzi, goodness me, showed FC20 too much respect yesterday, even in the press conference. If our players say that 20 wanted it more, so we are Man United, we shouldn't beat any team that comes to Old Trafford. If our players don't want it, they should tear their contract up. Absolutely, mate. Anything less than 100%. As I said earlier on, people died for this football club. People died to get Manchester United to where we are today. And this is what they're doing. Half-hearted performances. It's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. From the same culprits as well. Stig up, Stephanie. Absolutely. Eric Davizzi. The big flop out. I know Irfan. I know you want Irfan. No insults, Irfan. No insults. Constructive criticism only if you can. Please, my friend. That would be absolutely fantastic, guys. Now, Ruud Gullit has been talking about Manchester United and Erik ten Hag in particular, you know, making fun of him on Dutch TV channels and stuff, speaking like Stich on Dutch TV about Erik ten Hag, of course, and trying to banter him. At the end of the day, the biggest banter that I've seen in football is at Ruud Gullit's career in management when he absolutely disrespected a great striker like Alan Shearer, of course. There you go. Shut that guy down. FC20, Erik ten Hag's childhood club, absolutely 20 times, Man United. 20 times, I say. Forget FC20, for goodness sake. I can't stand FC20 now. We don't even get a chance to get revenge, guys. We're not even getting a chance to get revenge. It's madness at the end of the day. Now, look, fans have been fighting. Fans have been arguing this morning. I had people coming on here, calling him a ball fraud, calling him a peanut head, talking all that trash on my channel. I don't accept that trash on my channel, as you know. I'm not that trashy type. As you know, I don't like the trashy types on my comments. Those little dirty comments that they come on my channel. Do you know what I mean? I don't like none of that sort of talk on my channel. But this morning, I had a few of them coming on there, trying to give it the big one, trying to give it rudeness to me, Uncle Sal, me, of all people, me. At the end of the day, how can they be being rude to me, for goodness sake, trying to banter me, and I had to shut them down. Shut them down. That's what I had to do. Quick one, shut down. Absolutely, guys. So I had a few of them today. Do you know what? I feel like sometimes some of our fans thrive of us not winning games. They thrive of us not winning games. It's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it at the end of the day? Now, in regards to Halloween, Manchester United could make a decision about the management at Halloween. If things don't go Erik ten Hag's way, of course, against Porto, against Spurs, against Aston Villa, it could be earlier than first thought that he could be losing his job. Now, it all depends on the results on the upcoming games. Of course, those 3 games are pivotal. If we lose all 3 of those, then we're in a very precarious position and a very unstable position, especially Erik ten Hag, of course. And I don't want Erik ten Hag to get sacked, of course, but it is all about the results on the pitch at the end of the day. If you're not getting results on the pitch, you know what, you're going to be under pressure. And if you're making decisions that are a bit bewildering and crazy, you're going to be under pressure and you're going to fall on that sword, of course. You know what I mean? I watched his press conference. I was disappointed in the press conference. I was disappointed in Eriksen's comments, of course, as well, talking about they wanted it more. We're disappointed. We go again. All that business, of course. Very disappointed with that. But do you know what? We'll have to wait and see. I wish Erik ten Hag all the best. I really do. I really do. Man City Fake Club, we shouldn't even be speaking about them on United podcast. Unfortunately, David, we have to because it does affect Manchester United at the end of the day. If Manchester City are in the league or they're not in the league, it's up to the rest of the Premier League to fight this case. And Manchester United are one of those teams that will be fighting this case as well. So we have to fight it. So it is to do with Manchester United. True, Sal. Big up, Kazi. Absolutely. Hey, Sal, brother. What you up to? How you going? How you doing, Rajat? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again. Hope everything is doing well. Hope everything. Only positive we didn't lose, but really worried about the Spurs game. If we go behind, can't see the team coming back. Our mentality is non-existent. Absolutely, Stephanie. Do you know what? It's a big issue with us about scoring goals. Scoring 1 goal isn't the goal is enough, let alone 2 goals. If we can see the goal against Tottenham early, goodness me, it's going to be a struggle, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's going to be a struggle. We have to score first, unfortunately. Can't take corners. Bruno can't take corners. Bruno's been very poor lately. Yeah, I know. He's like, you know what? And I've got some stats in regards to Bruno. I'm going to bring them up for you now, of course, on the request of Grayo, of course. Grayo requested that I bring this up, of course. So this is Bruno's stats from the yesterday, of course. One thing, let me just read this first. Completing just 75% of passes, the Portugal international was loose on the ball, turning over possession 19 times, and thus derailed several potential promising United attacks, and left the Red Devils exposed in transition on numerous occasions, managing just 1 key pass, completing just 2 out of the 5 attempted dribbles, and taking 3 insignificant shots. It was an underwhelming performance from the player in all facets of the game. And here is the facts, guys. Minutes played 90, touches 76, key passes 1, successful dribbles 2 out of 5, which is 40%. Accurate passes 39 out of 52. A measly 75% accurate pass rate. Possession loss 19 times. He's lost the possession during a game and 3 shots. My goodness me. What do you make of that? That is absolutely atrocious reading. If you're that, oh, get it away. Get it away. It's disgusting. Get it away. I can't be reading that. It's awful. Awful. It makes awful reading, of course, guys. Absolutely. Raja, I'm still not Erik ten Hag out. No, absolutely not. No chance at all. Not me. Can't take free kicks. Bruno. Absolutely can't captain Bruno. What is that bad form? Such a bad patch, Bruno. Get it together. Get it back. Well. He hasn't got it back for years. Big up. Can't inspire the team ever. Bruno. Absolutely. He throws his arms up. Hey, what time is it there? It is 5:13 in the afternoon, my friends. 5:13. Will you say sorry if Everton are gone before Christmas? Will I say sorry to who? To who? To who am I going to say sorry to? Big up Kazi. Big up Steph. Big up Rajat. I always said I was going to give Erik ten Hag until Christmas. If Erik ten Hag done by Christmas, is that okay? He's not going to be, we have to keep the positivity. He's not going to be Rajat. Don't worry about that. Absolutely. One thing I would say, Lumen, would you say sorry if the new manager comes in and doesn't win 2 trophies in his first 2 years? Would you say sorry to me? Just to let you know that. Works both ways, doesn't it? Motherfucker. Absolutely. Big up. 10 likes, 6, 7 watching. Come on, guys. Smash the likes. Got to get up to at least 20. At least 20. I don't like that number 20 at the moment. Goodness me. Bruno gets 3 out of 4 shots. Bruno gets 3 and 4 out of 10 way too many times. I agree, Elite Baller. It's been too many times. He comes out with the odd thing, like at the FA Cup final, he'll come out with an odd thing, like, you know what I mean? That will get us on the edge of the seat. Wait, wow. And then, he'll just away, of course, guys. Absolutely. Thanks for posting the statistics out yet again. Piss poor performance from our worst player this season. Absolutely. And it has to be said, Grail, that he has been our worst performance of the season. He has been our worst player of the season, if we're being totally honest, guys, if we're being real with ourselves. Even though he's our Magnifico, our Portuguese Magnifico, he hasn't been Magnifico recently, has he? He's not been great recently, and he has to improve. I think he deserves a place on the bench, if I'm being totally frank with you guys. If I'm being totally honest, he does need a little time on the bench, in all honesty, guys. But I feel sorry for him in one way. He has been burnt out. He has played a lot of football, especially he's played in the European Championships. He's gone straight into the Manchester United side, of course. He hasn't had a rest. He's played every game almost. And you know what? I think he needs a rest. I think a rest would do very good for him. I think it would do very well for him. De Ligt and Licha, absolutely, Stephanie, absolutely concur with that. Absolutely spot on. De Ligt or Licha are our captains in the future. I think that Bruno is not a captain. There was a reason that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't put him as a captain, isn't it? He didn't want him as a captain, I think it was. He definitely needs a rest. Absolutely would like to see him given a rest and see how it goes from there. Once he's had the rest, maybe he might perform. Sir Alex Ferguson also famously used to send players off abroad. Maybe if we send him away to Portugal for a week or two, it might do him good at the end of the day. It might do him good. You know, if they send it to Portugal. So, you know, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should take a leaf out of Alex Ferguson's book. Maybe, you know what, it does players good to have a rest sometimes. He did it with Cristiano Ronaldo. He sent Cristiano Ronaldo over to Madeira a couple of times. And of course, it did do very well for Cristiano Ronaldo. It worked for Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, guys. I agree 100%. Big up Steph, big up Grayo, of course. Big up everyone. Big up Kazi in the chat. Big up the legends in the chat today. Let's get the numbers up, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And please smash a like on the video on the way in, on the way out, wherever you're going. I'm literally like 15 away from, no, 20. Is it 15 away from 4,000 subscribers, guys? 15 subscribers away from 4,000. We need to get those subscribers up. Let's try and get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Can we do it? Can we do it? 15, guys. 15. Can we spread the word? Thank you, guys. Do you think Everton now is lacking braveness to drop Bruno, or is it something else? I think it is a mixture of two things. I think because he's the captain, and obviously it is braveness as well, Lumen, which is obviously on the manager. And if I was going to criticize, the biggest criticism I'll give about Erik ten Hag is this with Bruno, this situation with Bruno. Also, he had the situation with Marcus Rashford as well. Marcus Rashford was an issue as well, guys. So that is a problem as well. He does have a problem with selection, team selection. Like, subscribe, guys. Comment, please. Thank you so much. Don't forget to drop a comment on the video as well underneath. I don't see any of your comments. Hardly see any of your comments. We do need some more comments on the video, of course, guys. Absolutely. If we can do that, brilliant. So I feel like a red card for Martinez is incoming. He looks a bit frustrated, doesn't he, recently? He looks like he just wants to break someone's leg for some reason. He looks like he's come back from Argentina very, very disgruntled. I don't know why. But yeah, he did almost do it on the weekend and almost did it yesterday as well. The anger is a proper. People want United to sack Erik ten Hag. What these people do not know, United cannot afford to sack another manager if they want to do it. Erik ten Hag still got 10 league games. Absolutely, Joel. Respect that opinion. Absolutely. You see a balanced, partial, nice opinion like that. Love it. Please like and subscribe, guys. Absolutely. Do you know what it's all about? You know what patience at the end of the day is about? Patience. It is. We're too early in the season. Team first, favorite second. Absolutely agree with that. Thank you so much. Please take me my sorry comment lightly. I was just bantering. I know you was, Lumen. You don't think I know you, Lumen. Don't be silly. I know you. My apologies. You don't need to apologize to me. You can carry on. I'll give it back. You give it to me. I'll give it back all day long. That's the way it goes, my friend. Big up, Lumen. Thank you so much. Joel, why 10 matches? I think personally, I think it's the next 3 matches. If I'm being totally honest, I think the game against Porto, the game against Spurs, and the game against Aston Villa, those are the 3 games I'll be looking at. And if we don't, let's say we lose to Porto, let's say we draw to Spurs or draw to Aston Villa. I think we need to get at least 7 points out of those 3 games. 7 points, in my opinion. Sal, watch Alicia closely. It's very uncomfortable playing with Maguire. I'm uncomfortable watching Maguire, let alone Licha Martinez. He's there close up. He can almost touch him at the end of the day. If goodness me, it's like watching a horror movie when I'm watching Harry Maguire play football. For goodness sake, Freddy Krueger in defense. My goodness me. Frankenstein. My God. You know what? He's... You know, fair play to Harry Maguire, but he doesn't fit our system. For goodness sake, he doesn't fit our system. We need to get rid of that player. Absolutely, guys. So if we lose the Porto away, where does that leave us in terms of Europa League? We have to get the top 8 elite baller. We have to get a top 8. If we don't get top 8, it's the last 16 of that league because there is 32 teams in the league. If we don't get the top 8, the 16 other teams below the top 8 will go into a playoff. And they'll have to play like a mini tournament to get through that. I mean, if we can't get the top 8 of the bloody Europa League, God forbid, my goodness me, God forbid, it's madness, isn't it? 10 league matches because we will see where we are, most likely land in the league. At the end of the day, if we play the next 10 league matches, you're saying, yeah. So how many league matches we played so far? We played Fulham, we played Liverpool, we played Brighton, we played Southampton, and we played, of course, Crystal Palace. 5. So we got 5 more games, you're saying, Joel. Well, could work. Maguire lives in Elm Street. Breaking news. Absolutely nightmare in Elm Street. Elmo in the house, of course. Absolutely Maguire. Absolutely Harry Maguire. Square-headed. He's got a square head. Big up Sal. I believe Eric Ten Hag is doing all the blunders purposely to get himself to sack and get 90-minute compensation. Do you agree? I don't know, Darker. I couldn't speculate in regards to that. I don't know. I do think he wants to be successful at Manchester United, of course. You know what? One thing I would say is that about this contract, this business about getting money when you get sacked, it's not good, is it, at the end of the day? Because it does encourage managers to, like, I don't care. I'm going to get my 20 million payoff. It doesn't matter. Although I hope that he does really care about the football club and he does really care about results. At the moment, he's not getting results. And the way I saw it yesterday, the way he was standing on the touchline, he didn't look very interested, did he? He looked a bit disinterested, didn't he, guys? If you're being totally honest. If I'm being totally honest, guys, absolutely. He looked very, very disinterested. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Guys, link is in the description. Anyone want to join the stream? You are more than welcome, of course, guys. I am here in the flesh. Guys, so anyone want to join, you're absolutely welcome. Yeah, so at the end of the day, look, I wouldn't say anything sinister in regards to Eric Ten Hag in regards to that. But yeah, he did look a little bit disinterested on the touchline, didn't he? I like the way that Ruud van Nistelrooy is standing, just looking into space, staring into space as well. Looked completely disinterested, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, you know what? Things have to improve and have to improve quickly, of course, guys. Absolutely. If every show commitment like Lissandro red cards, but show how committed you are, we should be winning more than losing. Go Man United forever. Yeah, if everyone put the effort that Licha Martina puts in, we will be winning more games than that. But we have got a very good squad. Our first squad is quite good. I'm looking forward to see Rasmus come back. I did say during the summer that we did need an experienced striker. We did need someone who could score us 20, 30 goals a season. I did say that at the end of the day, but you know what? What can we do? We can't complain, can we? We have to make do with what we got until January, which is the next transfer window, of course. I still believe we needed a left back. I don't think Dalot played very well yesterday. Again, I don't think he's a left back. I think he's wasted out there. I think he's a better right back. We got Mazruri as well there. We need to have a left back. Definitely, that needs to come in very, very soon, guys. Absolutely, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. Of course, guys, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. Don't forget to smash a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you very much. So, Robbie Savage lookalike made some important saves, but wasn't really tested. Uninstall, made a lot of saves yesterday. Uninstall definitely was a floppy disk. Yesterday wasn't a floppy disk yesterday, of course. Floppy disk of the week is uninstalling goal. Absolutely. You know what? The funniest thing is that FC20's best chances came from their own players. They almost scored an own goal, didn't they? Sal, no one can ever predict the Man United starting 11. That's a big problem. Absolutely. Back in the day, Elite Ball, as you know, back in the 90s, we used to pick our team like the back of our hand. I can even say it now. Schmeichel, Gary Neville. Let's say what era? Let's say, like, we talk about eras, right? Let's talk about 1994. Paul Parker, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, right? Gary Neville. No, we don't Gary Neville, but Dennis Irwin, sorry. Then we had Roy Keane in the midfield with Brian Robson, right? We had Andre Kanchelskis, right, on the right, and we had Ryan Giggs on the left. We had Mark Hughes and Eric Cantona up front. Then we moved swiftly over to the treble season, and we had, obviously, Gary Neville, Jaap Stam, Ronnie Johnson, Dennis Irwin, of course, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, Dwight York, Andy Cole. It rolls off the tongue, innit? You can't do that these days. And this was like 20, 30 years ago, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? It's madness when you think about it. Eric Cantona, absolutely Eric Cantona. Yeah, early Dalot error at the corner flag was a warning sign we didn't need. He's not left footed. He's not a left back. I refuse to believe he's a left back, guys. If every player play with the commitment like Lissandro, no, yeah, absolutely. I think I read that one. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah. At the end of the day, look, we're struggling to pick a team. We're struggling to pick our best team. Sal, we'll join you in about 5, just eating some lunch. Absolutely, no problem. Elite Baller, that's absolutely whenever you are. Whenever I might finish the show a little bit early today because I've got a couple of things to do today. Of course, need a rest, to be honest with you. Absolutely shattered, absolutely lampshaded. Ole Gunnar Schultz was 1999. It was a bench, of course. You can name the bench as well. Do you know what I mean? You can name the bench. David Bay, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Do you know what I mean? Who else did we have? Henning Berg. Van der Hau, of course, Jonathan Greening. You know, we had. You can name the whole squad. You know, I mean, nowadays you can't do it. You can't do it. It's crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, guys. Absolutely, it's crazy when you think about it. But yeah. Sal, one thing that would cheer me up would be seeing the youngsters like Obi Martin and Coney get some minutes, even if they are cup games. I would love to see that as well. But unfortunately, Eric Ten Hag has other ideas when it comes to the young players, of course. He's very careful and very cautious when it comes to young players. I don't know why. He just loves to play the first team all the time. He loves to play a strong team all the time, of course. He's crazy in regards to that. These players need rest, and he should bring in Kone. If Kone is ready, like the rumors have been that he's been really good in training and stuff like that, then play the guy. Play the guy, for crying out loud. Don't just leave the guy on the bench, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. Not even in the bench, and it's not even a squad. Silly one, I think Bruno gets put on the right flank on Sunday. That's the worst thing he did yesterday, is put Bruno on the right flank, taking off Ahmad. That was a crazy decision that he did. And if that doesn't show favoritism, I don't know what does show favoritism. That was favoritism of the highest order, of course, guys, if we're being honest with you. Was really disappointed when I saw that he put him on a rest, on the right at the end of the day. Look, you know what? He's not a right midfielder. He's not good in right midfield, Bruno. He didn't put any crosses. I think he put one cross in. He didn't put any crosses in. If he was put there to put crosses in, he definitely didn't put any crosses in, guys, if we're being honest with ourselves, of course, guys. Absolutely. So we cannot afford Bruno and Rashford to start together. We are so predictable with them both playing. Of course, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Maybe they're just not as good as we thought they were at the end of the day. Maybe they're just not that good at the end of the day. We need to try something different. If we keep doing the same thing, it is insanity, as we all know, the famous saying. It is insanity. If we keep playing these players over and over again, expecting different results, of course, guys. I don't agree. I think we should just try a new team. I think we should try new players, try something out, maybe work on something on the training pitch, of course, guys. That would be good if we could do that, of course. That would be important if we could do that. But at the moment, nothing is looking good at the moment. Nothing is looking good. And it needs to change. Otherwise, you know what? The vultures are going to be out. The media is going to be out. The rival fans are going to be out. And some of our own fans are going to be out as well, because they want to be proven right, of course, with their egotistical mentality and narratives, of course, guys. So, you know what? I just wanted to win football matches. And I wanted to win football matches on the pitch. Of course, where else you're going to win football matches? But I want him to win on the pitch. And that's all I want him to do. And you know what? When you win football matches, you know what happens? People shut up. You know what I mean? That's what happens generally. Of course. David, that's why I say we should play the same 11 in all competitions, just to get the style of play system, so they know where they went and to run. Yeah, that's a good point as well. It is a double-edged sword at the end of the day. We need to rest players, but we also need to get the team playing together more. Of course, I do get what you mean, David. Thank you for your comment. Jarl, that 7-0 win did mess with our minds, thinking that we are much better than what we really is. I'm afraid we are a mid-table team. The problem is, Jarl, is that we beat Southampton in the Premier League. We should have won by 5 or 6, and then we scored 7 against Barnsley. At the moment, yeah, look, you know what? It's not looking much better from last season. So this is an issue that what we have to address going forward. It is a big issue at the end of the day, and we have to improve. We have to improve. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen to Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag won't survive in the job. We know that, you know, and it's going to be disappointing, because I was a firm supporter of Eric Ten Hag last season, of course, and he's letting me down, if I'm being totally honest, guys. Ericsson made one mistake and got scapegoated. Bruno makes those mistakes every single game and still keeps his place. The reason is, elite baller, is because Ericsson's mistake led to a goal. If Bruno's mistakes led to a goal, he will get scrutinized as well. It's unfair, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's just the way football is. At the end of the day, when you make a mistake, it's like making a mistake as a goalkeeper, isn't it? Generally, when you make a mistake as a goalkeeper, it ends in a goal, and then you get blamed for everything. Even though Bruno done that 10 times in the game. Do you know what I mean? What Ericsson did yesterday, Bruno done that. How many times yesterday? 19 times in the game yesterday. Mutata, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is fine with you. What if Everton was generally and with his own fault? Will the fan base will be divided and blame each other? I hope not. I hope not, Matata. I hope not. I hope we just move on and we move on to the next manager. And I hope that everyone can get on the same page and we can start supporting the manager, my friend. Hopefully. I doubt it will happen, though. Of course, the division in the camp. Hindel, greetings. Greetings, Jim. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Paul Scholes says we'll finish 8th or lower. I don't think so. I think we'll finish higher than that, mate. We'll see. Watch this space. If Ten Hag persists with these inherited underperforming boys, we'll destroy it. Absolutely. These inherited unperforming. Yeah, absolutely. These players have been here nearly 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Nearly 10 years these players have been here. It's time that they you know what, left the club, if I'm being totally honest. I'm ruthless. Hi, Sal, greetings to you. How are you? I'm very well, Jim. How are you feeling today? Hope you're doing well. I'm all good today. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for asking. Rashford is better this season than last, but dropping him versus Palace was stupid. I think so. I think it was the wrong mistake to make. I think it was the wrong, you know what, he made the right decision yesterday by picking Rashford, but Rashford didn't perform again. Yeah, at the end of the day, he made one little bit of skill and people are heralding it as some sort of magnificent Cruyff's turn at the end of the day when it didn't amount to anything. You know what? High standards, guys. High standards, of course, guys. High standards. No one is bigger than the club. Sir Alex Ferguson even sub Ronaldo during this prime. Who is Bruno? Absolutely. This is the thing, Trigger Kim, and it takes guts and it takes courage to do that. And when you take off the best player, it sends out the right message to the players, doesn't it? If you're taking off a Bruno, the players are going to say, look, my place isn't certain. You know what? I'm going to have to perform. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing. And this is the thing that Sir Alex Ferguson did numerous amounts of time. Not only Cristiano Ronaldo, we also talk about Eric Cantona, Wayne Rooney, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, all these players, obviously. You know what I mean? He keeps people on their toes. Big up, Grayo. Big up, Jim. Of course, big up. Big up, everyone. David. Yes, Sal, it's Man United makes us all tired. Absolutely. It made me tired last night. I went to sleep at 1:30 a.m., guys. I was absolutely shattered this morning, if I'm being totally frank with you guys. Absolutely, if I'm being totally frank, Lampard. Was not the feeling that good to you today, but I feel a bit better today. Hope you feel good. Get lots of rest, my friend. Get Honey Bun to give you some nice love, my friend. Get Honey Bun to give you some nice love. Hi, Ellie Bola. Big up everyone in the chat. The legends are in the chat. Of course, guys, we don't stop. Ugarte and Xerxes cannot thrive with the work. Shy strikers stinking out the place. Do you know what? I don't think Xerxes is an out-and-out striker. I think he is a false number 9. I think he needs to play behind someone like a Rasmus. I really want to see that. That is God sent at the end of the day. I think that would be nice if we saw that. You know what I mean, guys? Absolutely. What do you think about the next 3 games? Spurs, Old Trafford, Porto away, and Aston Villa away. How many points do you think we can get? I don't know how many points we're going to get, Trigger Kim, but one thing I would say, the minimum amount of points we have to get from those games is 7. We cannot get any less than 7 points at the end of the day. Even that is pushing it. Even that is a stretch because I don't think we can afford to draw any more games. In theory, we should be winning all those games. We should be winning all 3 of those games. And if he loses a couple of those games, then do you know what? It's going to become very precarious. And he won't see past Halloween, in my opinion. Halloween surprise, of course, guys. Absolutely won't see past Halloween if he does lose those games, of course, guys. 2 of those guys. Hi, Sal. Big up, Michael. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you back. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Hi, buddy. Big up, Stephanie. I'm going to watch the Spurs tonight, see how they play. Then I'll make up my mind on what the game they'll be like against us. Absolutely. They're playing in, is it Hungary today? Hungary. So they should be tired on Sunday as well. Let's hope so. Absolutely. Common Bench, you need to see Bruno's actions in the lead up to the goal. Plus, Martinez is so up the field. I will put the blame on Martinez. Please all watch it again. It was crazy. You know what? There's multi-layered, isn't it? There's lots of players who were involved in that, guys. Absolutely. If we were to get 7 points in the next 3 games, then he won't make it past Halloween. 2 losing losses and it's to go gone, in my opinion. Absolutely agree with that, Trigger Kim. We can't afford any more losses, if I'm being totally honest with you. 4-4-2. I love the 4-4-2, David. I want to see the 4-4-2 back. Backstage out, big up, Elite Baller, coming, roll on Sunday, keep smiling and praying. Absolutely. Going to bring my special guest back on today, which is, of course, the Elite Baller. Of course, he is an Elite Baller. He is a legend, of course, guys. Going to bring him on. Please give a round of applause to my special guest, which is Elite Baller, of course, as usual. My legend, of course. Let me turn up the volume just in case you are mute, of course. There we go. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. How was your dinner? Was it good?
It was yeah. It was lunch. I tell you what, it was better than our performance yesterday, mate. I tell you what, yeah.
If our performance was a dish, it'd probably be scrambled egg yesterday. Very scrambled game yesterday. It was an horrible game yesterday. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get over it. Do you know what's the worst thing about it is that I get people coming on this stream trying to irritate me. You know, I don't like that. You know, that they just want to irritate me. Oh, letter to Idios, things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. So where have you got the renewed optimism from? Are you thinking that no matter what, we can still probably get a result against Spurs, or what's your thinking right now?
I think we have to get a result against Spurs. I'm not taking any more draws. I'm not taking any more losses. You know what? I've had it up to here now. There's no more excuses. That team there should be good enough to beat Spurs. A depleted Arsenal team beat Spurs. Do you know what I mean? And we should be able to beat Spurs. If we don't beat Spurs, then do you know what? I'm getting on the edge. I didn't want to be in this position as well. The last thing I wanted to do is be in this position.
Yeah. I was surprised yesterday because obviously I've never heard you say Ten Hag out. I've always heard you be very reasonable and sort of level-headed. But I think, like you yesterday and me, enough is enough. It's just I can't take results like that. You know, we spoke about it at half time. We said if we're not careful, they're going to get an equaliser. And I said to you, please don't say that. And they did. So we can even see that it's going to happen, mate.
Yeah, we could predict the game. I mean, how can Ten Hag not predict the game? We said come out in the second half, just blow them away. That's what we said. Blow them away, get a second goal, and game is done. Done and dusted. That's it. You know what I mean? But we came out in the second half, pedestrian again, passing the ball around very slowly, giving FC20 a chance to reshape and organise. It's not the way to play. We're too slow, in my opinion, especially on European nights when we used to play fast, quick, attacking football. What's going on with that? Do you know what I mean? We need to go back to basics, in my opinion, man.
And we're still not getting enough players in the boxes. We spoke about it in the box. We spoke about it at half time. The only time we get enough players in the box is when there's hardly any time left. Like, I watched that free kick that Bruno took earlier on because I'd forgotten. And it was one of those free kicks, right, where the other player has to tee him up for it. And when they do that, you don't even get that much power in the shot anyway. So it was just even more of a ridiculous free kick than I remember. And I can imagine if Sir Alex saw that,
he'll take him off.
Time, of course he would. He'd say, mate, what the hell are you doing? We need a goal. This is the last kick of the game. And you went for glory instead of getting it in the box so that someone can head it in, for example. Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Let me just read some of these comments, guys. I don't want to be Eric Ten Hag out, but oh boy, he's getting so irritating. Absolutely feel your pain. Feel your pain. I feel what you mean, Jim. Sal, the reason I missed the game last night is my fire stick getting a bit. No problem, Michael. I get you. I understand what you mean. No problem, mate. Not beating a pub FC team to FC20 pub team. No disrespect, but they're not a big team. They're not a big team. Of course, they're the fourth team in Holland. The fourth team in Holland. Goodness me. I didn't even know they had 4 teams in their league, for goodness sake. You know what I mean, Stephanie? Does take a psychic to see what was coming. It just takes a common sense, Stephanie. Do you know what I mean? Me and Elite predicted it yesterday that, you know what, we have to score a second, otherwise they're going to score. And we can foresee it coming because when you're 1-0 up, you know what, you're prone to mistake. And the one mistake happens, it's 1-1. They could have won the game in the end, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean?
And that's a difference, Sal, because if you look at the results last night, with Arsenal and Liverpool, they both won 5-1, right? Which means they're not taking their foot off the trigger. They're not leaving anything for granted. They're going to score as many goals to put the game out of reach. And we're not doing that. The only time we've done that is Barnsley and Southampton. And we should have done it yesterday as well.
Yeah, I mean, Barnsley, obviously, people say that sort of led us down the wrong alley, to be honest with you. People were just getting overconfident. But we did beat Southampton convincingly as well. So forgive us for getting a little bit giddy. Do you know what I mean? It's been a while since we got a little bit giddy, for crying out loud. And we scored 10 goals in 2 games. But you know what? We put it behind us. I was very upset. I have to go offline yesterday because, you know what, I didn't want to start speaking and talking about Ten Hag out and all that, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be judged on it. They're going to come back, clip that and say, oh, you said Ten Hag out. You said Ten Hag out. I'm not going to say that. I'm not Ten Hag out. I'm still not Ten Hag out. But we got 3 games, in my opinion. And the first starts against Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday. And we have to win that. And I want to see a performance. I want to see goals. I don't want to see any dilly-dallying. I want to see the right team picked, of course. Bruno's probably going to play, isn't he? He's not going to drop Bruno. Definitely not. I don't see Bruno being dropped. I think Xerxes and Rasmus should play up there. But I doubt it's going to happen. Absolutely not. Well,
we're not scoring enough goals, so the antidote to that would be to have as many attacking players on the pitch at the same time, and that's why I agree with what you say about Xerxes and Højlund, right? But I want to talk to you about Casemiro, right? There was a moment at the end, towards the end of the game, where Ruud van Nistelrooy and Casemiro were talking. Yeah, Casemiro was unused on the bench, right? And I'm thinking, they're thinking, this is wrong, there's something going on here, this is wrong. And I don't get why Casemiro is not getting any minutes at the moment. If he doesn't play against Spurs, I'm going to be shocked. Because at the end of the day, even if you don't rate Casemiro, he's there to be able to help Ugarte in a double pivot, like we've said over and over and over again. You know?
I just think there's something going on there. There is something, because I saw that Casemiro was leaning over to Ruud van Nistelrooy, talking to him, and you know, I think there's something going on. I don't think everything is all cushy in the camp, to be honest with you. I think there's something going on behind the scenes. I don't think everyone is entirely happy about being dropped. Casemiro has been unfairly dropped. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest. He's been unfairly dropped. We're playing a player, right? Eriksen, fair play to Eriksen, right? He scored a goal, but you don't get long-term, you don't get longevity out of a player like Christian Eriksen. If we played Casemiro and Ugarte yesterday, we would have won that game. I think we would have won that game because we wouldn't have to worry. Garnacho would go forward, Ahmed would go forward, or Rashford would go forward, and Xerxes would go forward, and we wouldn't have to worry. We produced one moment, which was a good finish, but then what else did Eriksen do? You know what? Rotate the squad a little bit. Rotate it a little bit. For goodness sake, Eriksen was finished years ago for Spurs. His legs had gone then, and we're playing him in our first team now. How are we going to win matches? How are we going to get forward? You know, in regards to the league, when we start playing elite teams, if we play Eriksen against Spurs, we're losing that game. Do you know what I mean? We're losing that game. If we play Eriksen against Spurs, we need legs. We need that double pivot, as you said, and he needs to try it because, do you know what? Patience is running thin for me. You know, I never thought I'd be at this stage this early. I think Halloween is going to be, you know, the time that we're going to have a judgment at this rate. I thought it'd be Christmas. I think it's going to be more like Halloween.
It's because, like I said to you earlier, mate, it's because we never know what team is going to be picked. And therefore, how do you expect to build any kind of consistency when it's a different bloody lineup every game? Like I said to you the other day, Arsenal are playing the same 11 more or less every single game. Same as City, but City have got such a good squad, they can drop Foden and it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? But we need to find some kind of consistency, and we're not going to get that if we swap players every single game, mate.
Yeah, and unnecessarily as well. You know, last season you can give him the excuse that we had all these injuries and 40-odd centre-back partnerships, whatever it was. This season, there's nowhere to hide. This season, he's got to get results. I mean, he's got a squad there which was worth 500 million. Now, people were saying yesterday, you know what? It was the manager. It wasn't only the manager. I know it wasn't only the manager because any team should have beaten FC20 yesterday. Even probably our youth team could have beaten FC20 yesterday. You know what I mean? And we failed to do that. The one concerning thing is what I worry about the most about Man United right now is that we're not scoring goals. Yeah, and you know I feel like if we're not scoring goals, like if we could see the goal, we're like, where's the goal going to come from? You know. And I get that feeling. And I never used to have that feeling about Man United. We could be 3-0 down and I'm like, we're going to get back in the game. We get one goal, we get another goal, we get back in the game. You know, but these days, it's like we concede one goal. It's like, who's going to score? Unless we produce a moment of magic, who's going to score? You know, we're not creating enough chances. We're not getting a ball in the box. We're not crossing the ball. Yeah. We moved Bruno out to the right. He made one cross when he was on the right. One cross, for goodness sake. And you know what? It's just a mess. And we need to change something. Otherwise, you know what? We know where this is headed, man.
Is something to do with the system, Sal, because if you notice, if you study what our wingers have to do to even get in the box, they probably got to dribble past two players, yeah, which is hard enough as it is. So something's wrong with the system. Maybe we don't even need to have as much of the ball. Maybe we just let the other team come on to us and then counter, and then we don't need to dribble past two players just to get in the box. You know, some of our best goals so far this season have been counter-attacks. Just a couple of passes, one nice through ball and goal. So maybe we need to go back to that. I don't know.
Back to basics, isn't it, mate? Back to basics. And look, how many overlapping runs have you seen recently from the fullbacks? You know what I mean? You remember when Patrice Evra, Dennis Irwin, all those players used to cut in? You remember when they used to do the overlapping run? So you'll be, for example, we'll have Ryan Giggs on the left, and you'll see Patrice Evra or Dennis Irwin running in the pockets, you know what I mean? Creating that space and stuff. We don't see that anymore. We don't see any overlapping runs because that is what we used to do. We used to be very, very based upon the wings and a relationship between Beckham and Gary Neville, of course. We used to have that relationship on the right, the relationship on the left as well between Dennis Irwin and Ryan Giggs, of course. And they used to work with each other. We're not seeing that these days. Maybe it's because we keep rotating the fullbacks. I don't know, you know, but big part of our success over the years has been with the fullbacks overlapping and creating space for the wingers, you know, and we're not doing that anymore. I mean, back to basics, isn't it? I mean, back to who we were. That's what we need to do, in my opinion, because at the moment we're not scary anymore. We're not scary. We don't create chances. Yes, we used to have bad games in the past, but after the game, you would say, yeah, well, we were unlucky. We hit the post, we hit the crossbar. Goalkeeper had a blinder, had a worldie. You know, it used to be like that. Nowadays, it's like, we didn't really deserve to score. You didn't really make a chance, did we? I mean, we didn't make a chance against FC20, mate. FC20. We didn't make a clear opportunity. Crazy, isn't it, man? It's crazy.
I just got a feeling it's all about Ruud van Nistelrooy, mate. I'm telling you, I've seen the signs for weeks now. Just the way he conducts himself, the way that he has his body language, the way he interacts with the players. I can just tell that this guy has some kind of inkling that he is going to be the manager of this club sooner rather than later. I can just feel it, and I can tell by his body language, mate.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy, does he? He doesn't look happy himself. He looks a bit like, what's going on? He looks like this is crap, doesn't he? He's got that look about him, like this is rubbish. What's going on here? This is not Man United that I was raised upon. Do you know what I mean? You know what? If it's heading that way, I mean, it's going to be difficult for Ruud van Nistelrooy as well. He's an inexperienced manager, of course, coming into that club again. But then again, he might turn out to be a blessing. He might turn out to be an Arteta type manager. Do you know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. He did do well at PSV, but then so did Ten Hag do well at Ajax, isn't it? So you can't really tell in regards to the Eredivisie, and I mean, I would love Ruud van Nistelrooy as the manager. I think he has more of a personality. He's played around the world. He's played for Real Madrid, of course, Man United. He played in Germany, of course. He's got a lot of experience. And I wouldn't mind him, but I really, really hope that Erik Ten Hag does turn this around and it starts on Sunday. I really do hope he gets the win, mate. I really do.
So, in terms of you saying that it could be hard for Ruud van Nistelrooy, I hear where you're coming from with that. But to me, football's all about man management, and I'm not sure Ten Hag is good at man management. I'll give you an example, right? De Zerbi's gone to Marseille, yeah? He's gone to Marseille. They are second in the league. They've scored 15 goals. They're winning games even though they get players sent off. So he's obviously got something about him where he can make that team play better than they are. And that's what we need, because we've got a very good squad, but they're not being used to their potential. I mean, Bruno is a prime example. On his day, he can score a world-class goal. He can do a world-class pass. But when was the last time you saw that?
Do you think it's totally down to man management, or do you think the players are just not as good as we thought they were? Some of them. I mean, I'm talking about Bruno, Rashford, these type of players. I'm starting to think that they're just not as good as we thought they were. I've seen Bruno. He plays well in friendlies for Portugal, but he doesn't play well in the tournaments, does he? When it comes to the crunch, he doesn't. He goes missing. Do you know what I mean? And is it to do with the man management? I know that Erik Ten Hag, he has fallen out with a lot of people. He has, to be honest with you, if you count, even at Ajax, he fell out with a couple of players there, but we needed that. The thing is, we can't win, because at the end of the day, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was manager, we were saying that he's too soft, he's too nice, what I mean? And then now we got Erik Ten Hag, he's a disciplinary, he's too hard on the players, he's too strict, I think the one thing that I can take from Sir Alex Ferguson, and I hate to bring it back to him because he's a legend, obviously, but he used to adapt to personalities. And every single player in that dressing room used to feel like they were wanted. They were an individual. Do you know what I mean? They're like the way he treated Eric Cantona, as opposed to the way he treated Lee Sharp or Ryan Giggs. It used to be completely different. And I think that's what makes a great manager. You're absolutely right in regards to the man management. You have to adapt to certain personalities. Right? Not every personality is the same. Some people need an arm around them. Some people need to have a rollicking. It's different, and you need to learn how to do that. I just don't think. I think Erik Ten Hag is very robotic in a way. He is in a way his managers. I mean, he's the same with everyone. But I also feel like his favoritism is a bit of a problem as well. I do think that a lot of players are getting disgruntled because of the way he keeps picking certain players over other certain players unjustly as well.
I think it's symbolic of his stubbornness when he's got a player that he bought in Anthony on the bench who is a right winger, and he doesn't bring him on. Instead, he puts his captain on the right wing, who's been crap all game, let's be honest, in the hope. This is all it is, Sal. It's just hope and prayers that Bruno is going to eventually do something good. That's why he plays him every game, every minute. And he's got to wake up, because this guy, Bruno, if he carries on playing this way, he's going to get Ten Hag sacked. And it will be his own fault, mate. And I've got no sympathy for it, because if I can see it, why can't he?
Exactly, and what makes him special at the end? Why does he have to play? Why does he have to play every single game? It's not like he's setting the world alight. This is the thing. If he was scoring loads and loads of goals, do you know what I mean, and performing, then yeah, do you know. But it seems like he's got this untouchable thing. Is it in his contract? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? And I'm tired of it. If I'm being totally honest, you know what I mean. I think he needs to be dropped. I think he's not a leader. I don't think he is. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say that he's not a captain material. When he didn't pick him as a captain, he kept picking Harry Maguire as captain, if we remember. He didn't want to pick Bruno. It's only because of the fan pressure that he started picking Bruno as the captain. In regards to Bruno, he doesn't inspire you. I mean, he throws his hands in the air. He moans a lot. I mean, Sancho said it as well before he left Man United. Stop moaning. You know, he moans a lot and he doesn't inspire people, in my opinion. And that free kick typified everything yesterday. That free kick really typified it. And the problem is I get annoyed is I supported this guy all the way through, you know, and I do not doubt his effort levels. His effort levels are incredible. He's fit every game. But it's not just about being fit. It's about performing as well. I'd rather you play half the games you play and perform than play every single game and not perform. Do you know what I mean? And give someone else a chance. Mason Mount should have played. We all know Mason Mount or Xerxes should have played yesterday.
Yeah, from the start. And so should Højlund. It's just incredible decisions that he's making. And this is what's going to get him sacked. And I want to talk about Ugarte, right? Ugarte, if he does not have someone in the double pivot, he's going to suffer just like Casemiro suffered as well. It doesn't matter who you put there. It can be someone who's 23. It can be someone who's 33. You put them in a single pivot in this system, they are going to suffer. And he suffered yesterday, right? He did. He wasn't one of his best games. It wasn't. And we've got to find a system that suits all the players, not just Bruno. Stop disrupting things at work just to accommodate Bruno. It's just absolutely crazy, mate.
Absolutely. And the thing for this system to work, the way this system works is if that the press is on point. And our press isn't on point at the moment. Because when we used to play with a single pivot, obviously under Alex Ferguson, we had Roy Keane. He wasn't even a CDM, to be honest with you. He used to score about 10 goals a season himself. But when we used to play that, we used to press high. So basically the team would be scared of us to attack us, to counter-attack us. They'd be scared to go forward. We're we're trying to bully a team, right? I don't know how to pull it, an analogy, how to pull it, but we're trying to bully them, like with kids at the front, right? And we got this one guy sitting at the back with a bunch of other players coming against him, like from the right, from the left, from the middle. I mean, I felt sorry for Ugarte yesterday. I really did. And you know what? What I don't like is some so-called fans getting on his back on his first start for Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? Getting on his back and giving him grief yesterday when he basically had to do everything himself. Look, we don't like to play the double pivot. A lot of us don't like to play the double pivot. It's not, but it doesn't have to be a double pivot all the time. You can you can sort of be flexible with it. With Casemiro can go forward, Ugarte can go forward, you know, but you can't, at least you have that shield there. You have that shield so that the fullbacks, the wingers can go forward, the team can go forward. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. But at the moment, we're putting the team under so much risk. This is not the Eredivisie. This is the Premier League, you know. And if we're getting outplayed, let's face it, like 20 look more dangerous than us in the latter stages of that game. You know, we could have lost that game. I mean, FC 20, for goodness sake. I'm only waiting for my local team, Leyton Orient, to go there and dominate a game against Manchester United because I think they will. Do you know what I mean? Because every single team that seems to go to Manchester United seems to dominate the game. You know, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's rarely that I see, apart from the Barnsley game. But let's be honest, Barnsley dominated the first 20 minutes, right? But apart from the Barnsley game, we've been poor, you know, and we need to change. And Sunday, do you know what? I'm a bit worried about Sunday. The reason I'm worried about Sunday is because of Son and players like that, who are very good counter-attacking players who you know what, when we're trying to bomb forward, they're going to try and counter-attack us. But you know what? It's a must-win, mate. Absolutely a must-win. Has to be.
And you think we will win, or?
Yeah, I said 3-1. I know it sounds a bit enthusiastic, but I said 3-1. I think we will win 3-1. I think we'll win the game. My biggest worry is that we'll win the game and then go and lose to Aston Villa or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Porto's a big game now. We have to get something from there, so we can't rest players. You know, we have to play a first team against Porto away. Of course, that we just brought it on ourselves, to be honest with you. Do you know what? When you win games against Brighton and you win games against Crystal Palace, you can afford to slip up here and there. But it's when you lose to those teams that you're supposed to be beating, that's the problem. It's like FC 20. If we miss out on this Europa League qualification by a point, and we're going to say, oh my God, we didn't. If only we beat FC 20 at home, for goodness sake. And this happened under Sir Alex Ferguson. Let's not get it wrong. Like it did. It happened under Alex Ferguson before. We got knocked out of the Champions League, but that was the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? This is the Europa League.
Jarl was saying earlier he thinks he's got about 10 games to save his job kind of thing. It looks like what they're doing is they're trying to see whether or not he's going to be able to put this team in the Champions League next season, whether it be via Europa League or via top 4. So obviously if we lose against Porto, then the likelihood is we may not win Europa League. Therefore we have to get top 4, and if we're not performing in the league, we're not going to do it. So just like other managers have been sacked when we think they're not going to get Champions League, he's going to be exactly the same, mate.
And we got Porto away and Fenerbahce away. So, you know what I mean, in the next 2 games in the Europa League. So that's a big issue. The one thing I would say, though, about Erik ten Hag, what he said after the game, the post-match conference, he said they wanted it more than us. Now, if you're David Brailsford, you're Jim Radcliffe, you're Wilcox, you're Obrada, what are you going to think about those comments?
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Isn't that your duty?
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. It's his duty to motivate the players so they want to win against every single team, no matter how big or small they are, mate.
It's an awful comment, man. It's an awful. Oh, well, Elite Baller, thanks for joining me, mate. I'm about to close up the show. Thank you so much, my friend, for joining me again. Absolutely great to have you on, as usual, my friend.
No worries, bro. Pleasure talking to you. Make sure everyone subscribes and likes. And yeah, you take care, bro. Peace.
Take it easy, man. Speak soon, mate. Cheers. Yeah. Thanks. That was Elite Baller, absolute legend. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today. Jim, Stephanie, all you guys, thank you so much. David, thank you so much, guys. Darkro, thank you so much. Starco, Sal, we have a dodged manager. Please just accept it. We are wasting our time with him. Yeah, this is how it's going to be. If you don't get results, of course, we are tough opponents before international break, but we have our best players, if possible, to win games. Absolutely. Jim, you missed my comment, brother. I'm sorry, mate. Which one was it? Was it this one? How was your day, Sal? My day was good. My health is good, my friend. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you for asking. You're the first person to ask me that today. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Mainly should be picked and Delict as well. I agree. I think they will be picked next game. Ugarte, Casemiro, Mount as our midfield quartet with Hoyland and Garnacho up top versus Spurs. Flexible 4-2-2-2 formation. Love it. Stephanie, ring up. I'm going to ring up Old Trafford. I'm going to tell them we've got a tactician here. We need another coach. Inverted wingers ain't working. No, they never work. They never have worked, guys. Absolutely 1574. We need more. Come on. Why aren't people clicking the like? Don't you like me? Don't you like me? Big up, everyone. Jim, the most frustrating thing is that we never seem to learn from our mistakes. Need to bring the fear factor back to our team. X factor needed. We have many players, but no leader. Absolutely spot on, Jim. Absolutely. Is Erik ten Hag upset that Ineos bought through Van Nistelrooy? I don't know, but he shouldn't be. He has to live with it at the end of the day. Football is also, they don't seem like they get along too well. Have you noticed that? It looks like they don't get along too well. Football is also about results, and if you're not winning, it is a cutthroat business. Absolutely. There's no sentiments in football, Jim. Absolutely correct, my friend. Bruno got Ole the sack. Yeah, it needs to look, listen, we need to do something about Bruno. So a question for your special guest: if Manchester United decide to sack Erik ten Hag, will we replace Erik ten Hag as Manchester United man? I'll ask in that next show. Sorry, I didn't see that comment, Michael Arthur. For me, I would get the interim as Ruud van Nistelrooy, but for me, it's either going to be between Emery, Nagelsmann, Zidane, Miguel of Girona. I like that manager as well. Later, a bit lower down on the list will be Allegri, of course, Inzaghi, of course, someone like that. Do you know what I mean? It would be great. Spot on, Sal. Thank you, Jim, for your legend. Bro, we need to create a solid possession and dynamic midfielders. Absolutely. This is why I wanted Zubamendi. GK, thank you for joining me, my friend. Elite Baller, you have nailed it. He's such a good talker, isn't he? Good talker. Captain is manager on the pitch. We are well and truly stuffed. Absolutely. We used to have 11 captains. Remember that? Ugarte has been overhyped. I think I was saying it for weeks. Ugarte would not solve our problems in the team. The first fix, a new captain, and we got the perfect set. I think he's been exposed. It is his first game. Let's not jump down Ugarte's throat, Charles. It is his first game. He is playing on his own as that pivot on his own, of course. He had Ericsson has no legs next to him. Ugarte's a great signing, giving him time. to settle. Let's not get on the new players' back. Support them. Absolutely. It's not going to do any good if we don't support them, guys. Absolutely. Bruno isn't a captain material. Look at Mason Mount. Even though I don't rate the player, but he told Bruno to get up. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. Do you know what? There you go. That's your captain for you. Madness, isn't it? Madness. Fenerbahce will give us a hard time in the turn, especially under Jose Mourinho and Fred, of course. Absolutely. Good day, Sal. I'm really tired of some of the story weekend about Everton. Absolutely, Okerson. Me too. Just want some positivity, don't we? We do. Midfield is the engine room is functioning properly. Hasn't been for years. It will start functioning soon, isn't it, Stephanie? It's going to. Don't worry. We will get there. Absolutely. Take it easy, bruv. Big up, Kazi. Absolutely, my friend. How was your day today, mate? Brilliant, Kazi. My day was fantastic. Thank you, Kazi. I had a nice, relaxing day. Lots of work, lots of productive. Hope your day was good as well. How was your day, Kazi? Hope you're well, my friend. We will play against Fred. Yeah, Fred and Jose Mourinho, of course. Love and respect to you, Sal. You're a true Man United. Love your passion. Thank you, Jim. So, and you, my friend, and you likewise. Takes one to know one. Thomas Frank would be the manager when he gets to Ten Hag. Thomas Frank, are you sure? I prefer Nagelsmann, if I'm being honest. I like the Barcelona manager, of course, Hansi Flick. He was good. Managers and captains come and go, but Man United will never die. Absolutely, that is the quote of the day. Get the Leyton Orient manager. Absolutely, he'll do well. He'll do well. Leyton Orient, at this rate, will play better football at the moment. But it's at the end of the day. Yo, Sal, can I come on for a few minutes? I'm about to close the show. I got to eat. Sorry, Kenny. Sorry, mate. I come to your comment very late. But you're more than welcome to come on tomorrow, mate. I'll send the link. I've always got the link in the chat all the time. My mental health is not good since the game yesterday. Don't worry. Keep cool. We'll be all right. Don't worry. It will get better. It's the calm before the storm, guys. Calm before the storm. Jonathan, watch some of my shorts and cheer yourself up, pal. Absolutely. Watch them. Don't forget to subscribe to Elite Baller, guys. Thanks, guys. It means a lot. Your comments out, smile on my face. Thank you, Jim. You too, mate. You too. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. You're absolute legends. It's been a fantastic show, as usual, of course, guys. As usual, it's been brilliant. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are new, please don't forget to smash a like on the way out or on the way in, wherever you are, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys all around the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post. This is Chatterbox. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, let's win on Sunday. On that note, we're going to win on Sunday. We're going to beat the Spurs. It is Spurs at the end of the day, isn't it? Take it easy, guys. Peace.